Joining us for the next hour is David Icke. He is here in the United States. He is going to be speaking in Phoenix, Arizona, coming up this next Saturday. He just spoke to a packed house in New Mexico, and the crowds are 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, swelling everywhere he travels with no mainstream media coverage across the world. He is a best-selling author, former championship goalie, former BBC News presenter, and we are extremely honored today to be joined by David Icke. David, I normally throw out my questions at you, and I do have some later in the hour.
Okay.
But I want to do something a little bit different today. I want to try to give you the floor here and get into what you think is most important. I know when we left off with that little interview we did last Wednesday for 30 minutes, you said the awakening is happening, and you see the New World Order falling in 2014 to 2016. I agree with you that that's the window of when their fall will occur if we're able to cause the mass revelation or awakening. But later I would like you to get into that, or you get into that first, whatever is most important in David Icke's mind right now. Welcome.
Thanks, Alex. Well, you know, I've been speaking in the last few weeks in Amsterdam. People came from across Europe, then in Washington State, yesterday in Santa Fe. All different kinds of people from all walks of life. And there's no question whatsoever that there is a big awakening going on. Because one of the things I get into in detail when I talk is that the foundation of this whole global conspiracy is keeping people's sense of perception, sense of self in the world within a narrow band that suits the agenda. They have to put people who are infinite consciousness, all that is, has been, and ever will be, having an experience in this reality. They have to get those people to believe that they are their name, they are their job, they are their nation, whatever, their culture. When they are experiences, it's not who they are. And, you know, this reality is a virtual reality. What's happening now is that technology is mirroring the reality that we're experiencing. I mean, I've been researching this in great depth for a long time. If I want to go on the internet, I can't just go on the internet. I have to have a conduit, an interface that takes me through so I can observe the internet. It's called a computer. Without that interface, I can't get on the internet. Well, consciousness, which is awareness, it's if you like, energy, it's not any form. That has to have a conduit to experience this reality. And that conduit we call body-mind. And it's fine if you are sitting in front of a computer and you're on the internet. You are aware that the computer is what you're observing through. Imagine if you started to believe that you were the computer. Suddenly, you've lost complete control of your reality because the computer is now making decisions about what you think, where you go on the internet, what you think of it. And when you study the way society is structured, whether it's education or whatever it is, it's structured to pull people into the lower level of awareness we call mind, the interface, so that they believe that who they are is their name and their job and their income bracket and their culture and all the rest of it, their experiences. And what is happening, Alex, it happened to me years ago, it's happening to so many people, is they're starting to move their point of observation, their sense of self-identity from I am David Icke, born in Leicester in 1952, to I am infinite consciousness, having an experience as David Icke, born in Leicester in 1952. And that shift completely changes everything because you're not looking at a single dot anymore. You're able to see how everything connects. And I know a guy that came to my talk yesterday in Santa Fe. And
David, we got a break. We got a break here. Stay there. Stay there, and we'll come back and continue along this key line on the other side of this break. Stay with us.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones here to tell you about Cal Ben Soap. My staff and I just love the old-fashioned, pure, handmade soap produced by the Cal Ben Soap Company, a family-owned and operated American company that's over 62 years old. Go to 5starsoaps.com or click on their link at Infowars.com. They have been a longtime sponsor of ours. Cal Ben soaps meet the highest standards of quality, purity, and value. Everyone should use their great line of products. I consistently hear from my listeners and friends how much they love the Cal Ben Pure Soap products. Check out their whole line of bath, hair, laundry, and dish soap and more at 5starsoap.com. There is nothing like these factory direct, big money saving, triple concentrated soaps anywhere. Don't take my word for it. Get a free detailed catalog by calling toll-free 1-800-340-7091 or check them out online at 5starsoap.com. Again, go to 5starsoap.com and just try their products. You're going to love them. You will never use anything else again.
I have never met David Icke in person, but I've interviewed him many, many times and always been honored to have him on, and he's taught me quite a lot. But really, David just shows us what is already in us, what we already innately knew, just weren't consciously focusing on. And I was really excited. I made the split-second decision last Wednesday while talking to David during a break to go to Phoenix this next Saturday where he's speaking, because he says he won't be back to the U.S. perhaps for several years. There's so many demands in Asia and Europe, and he feels like he's really woken a lot of people up here, and he wants to focus on Europe. And so I wanted to go, and I was invited by a lot of other people to go. Then my wife pointed out this weekend, she said, you know, you've got a wedding next Saturday that you've agreed to go to. And one of my daughters is a bridesmaid in it, so I'm going to go take part in that ancient human ritual of wedding. So I won't be able to be there, but I am sending Rob Dew and Aaron Dykes. So we're very, very excited about that. Also, I didn't mention last hour, Fall of the Republic is coming out the 21st, next Wednesday. And we're getting the biggest response ever to this. I want to thank everybody. Please go get the 3 different trailers that are up on the site. Easiest place to find them is click on the Fall of the Republic banner. Please send them out to your whole email list. Please post it on websites. We need this film to be the biggest ever because it breaks down the entire program. That said, going back to David Icke for the balance of the hour. David, some stations don't carry that first 5 minutes. You were getting into how people interface reality, just like we interface the internet through a computer. And then the system, the social engineers, they tend to try to engineer our mental focus onto just the computer itself, when really our larger mind and consciousness and who we are is accessing the computer, the 5 or the 6 senses.
Yeah, the what we call the 5 senses and the body mind and the brain, they are the computer interface that we use to go onto the internet, because this is a virtual reality that we are experiencing. And really, you know, it was only when I started to understand the nature of the reality we're experiencing that I could really grasp in a much greater way the nature of the conspiracy that we're experiencing. Because one of the things or a crucial thing that is imposed upon us, or what is suppressed, is the nature of the reality we're experiencing. You know, you can go around the world now, and you can go 24/7 watching television channel after television channel, hundreds of them, thousands of them. When do you ever see a program or an article in any newspaper or magazine that is asking this question? What is the reality we're experiencing? Who are we? What are we doing here? These big questions are never asked, because if you ask them, you start to get big answers, and the big answers go, whoa, I can see it now. The Matrix movie series was so accurate in its symbolism, and indeed more than that, accurate literally in many, many ways. And when the Neo character said in a computer simulation, this isn't real, and the Morpheus character said, what is real? If you're talking about what you can see, touch, hear, taste, then real is just electrical signals interpreted by your brain. And it is, because the prime level of this reality is a vibrational field, a vibrational construct. It's like the wireless internet. You know, I'm sitting here now. this hotel I'm in has the wireless internet. I'm looking around. Where is it? I can't see it. But if I tune this computer to the internet, out of the ether, it will pull a collective reality we call the World Wide Web. Now, our reality that we're experiencing is like that. These five senses decode vibrational information encoded in what we call light, in the photons of light, information. They turn it into electrical signals. They send it to the brain, and the brain decodes it into the reality that we think we're experiencing. Actually, it's not outside of us; it's inside of us. It's a holographic illusion. You know, if you say to someone, "Tell me about the internet," they'll say, "Well, it's graphics and websites and colors and words." Yes, it is, but only on the screen that you're looking at. Everywhere else, it's electronic circuits, etc. Tell me about television. Well, it's moving pictures on a screen. Yes, it is, but only on the screen. Everywhere else, it's not in that form. And if you take information on a disk and you put it in a computer, it's just information. The computer reads that information and turns it into pictures, moving pictures, or whatever on the screen. That's what we're doing.